A strange-looking sedan was speeding after a police car, and the officers ahead looked terrified. Suddenly, the red car surged forward, hooked onto the back of the patrol car, and slammed the brakes. Incredibly, it tore the police car in half. It turned out that the man driving the sedan was once a car modification genius. To help his younger brother pay off a debt, he planned to rob a jewelry store. So he took an old, worn-out vehicle and transformed it into a heavily armored car. That night, the two brothers parked at a distance. Then, with one hard press on the gas, they crashed straight into the jewelry shop. They hit the turbo switch, but the car was moving too fast and couldn't stop. It burst right through the other side of the store. As they turned back to grab more gold, sirens began wailing in the distance. Unfortunately, the man realized his seatbelt was jammed, he couldn't get out. With no other option, he told his brother to run, while he stayed behind. Moments later, the police arrested him on the spot. The man was sentenced to 5 years in prison for robbery. Even the officers admired his engineering skills. But not long after, the police chief paid him a visit, showing him photos of several destroyed patrol cars. Drug traffickers had been using modified cars to transport goods, and the police fleet just couldn't keep up. The chief offered him a deal. If he helped upgrade their cars, they would reduce his sentence. With the man's help, the patrol cars saw massive improvements. A few days later, the chief drove one of the upgraded vehicles during a raid. Thanks to the modifications, the patrol car reached a top speed of 240 miles per hour. Its bumper was so reinforced that it completely totaled the trafficker's car on impact. It was one of the department's most successful operations. While searching the wrecked vehicle, the chief found a familiar-looking turbo switch. Back at the station, he tossed it to the man, who immediately recognized it. It was a power switch he had invented himself, but he had only ever taught the design to one person, his brother. Could his brother have been modifying cars for the traffickers? Determined to find out the truth, the man took the chief to a local repair shop. There, they found his brother. But before he could say anything, two armed traffickers suddenly appeared. They drew their guns, ready to kill, but the chief jumped in just in time and took them down. Soon after, two other officers arrived. They took custody of the traffickers, and the chief prepared to leave with the man and his brother. But just then, one of the officers pulled out a gun and shot the chief dead. He was an undercover mole planted by the cartel, afraid of being exposed. He chose to eliminate the chief. In the chaos, the man grabbed a pistol and ran. By the time officers gave chase, he had already disappeared without a trace. Now, if you had a powerful custom-built car like that, what would you do with it?